And speaking of babies, today is Mother's Day, and we hope any moms watching had a great day. But we also want to honor mothers who have lost their children, whether that's to drug overdoses, gun violence, or car crashes. Today, we're hearing from one local mom who lost her daughter to an overdose. As our Danielle Jackson reports, she is using her voice to help grieving mothers and parents and to bring awareness to the opioid crisis plaguing our nation.
Mother's Day looks different for each person. It's hard for many, like Betty Mason, who lost her daughter, Katie. She's using her grief to help others become aware of overdosing and substance abuse. Betty Mason is spending part of Mother's Day in her garden.
I have to have coping skills to be able to function with my grief.
It's a place of healing after losing her youngest and only daughter, Katie.
She was very creative. She was an athlete. Equestrian.
Her love for horses was evident. She worked at Saddle Up and was even a jumping marshal for steeplechase in high school.
She was well into the weeds of her addiction at that point, but if there was a safe place or a place that she really could cope with what was going on, it was there with her horses. And it was a great relationship between the two of them.
Mason says her daughter was introduced to drugs at 15. Katie battled with substance abuse for a while, underwent recovery programs, but unfortunately overdosed on May 14, 2016.
I don't think she went back to using for any reason such as suicide. She was numbing the pain, and the pain was immense.
According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse, more than 106,000 people in the U.S. died from a drug-involved overdose in 2021.
All pictures of her.
Betty says she made a promise to her daughter, Katie, to help educate and bring awareness to what she describes as a disease.
I was holding her hand, and I made a promise to her. To the day I die and see her again, I will help other people. That's what I promised her. I said, I will help with or without you. We're going to help other people realize that there's no shame, there should be no shame or stigma involved with this disease, no more than with any other disease. And we're going to educate people because we don't want people to fall into this.
To this day, Betty is fulfilling that promise, serving as a co-facilitator for a national organization called GRASP, which stands for Grieving Recovery After Substance Abuse Passing. She helps other grieving parents and wants those who are battling an addiction to get help before it's too late.
If you are equipped with the right educational information, if you know your genetic background, you can give your kids a very valuable heads up. Betty is continuing to fulfill the promise she made to her daughter through volunteering with Mending Hearts, a local addiction treatment center in Nashville. For more resources on substance abuse, download our free WSMV News 4 app. For WSMV 4, I'm Danielle Jackson.